Hello and welcome to the Poppykoch Podcast, where we talk about everything and anything under the sun. And right now, under the sun, there is a storm a-brewing, and there will be at least 1 foot of snow coming to North New Jersey, and that is great because I don't work tomorrow. So what that means for you, the viewers, is that I will be trying to put out some sort of Donaldo Trumpets Weed Factory-esque video with Louis tomorrow because I just love snow adventures. And then there's also a surprise video that I will try and have completed by tomorrow and upload tomorrow. That is a little bit different for my channel, so we will see what happens. Anyways, so this week I thought I'd share an interesting story with me, or an interesting story to you guys about how I got 5 tickets in a Prius. That's some fuck shit, all right? So first we need a little bit of background information. I was working at a pizzeria near my house about 10 minutes away, and it was about 10:30 at night, middle of August, and this will be important. I'll tell you why in a little bit. And first, we need some more further background information, and it is that I was actually camping down the Delaware River at the time that my sister had stolen my 2004 Dodge Neon, red Dodge Neon, this little buggy of a car that every little teenage faggot owns. Honestly, that's the only demographic that I have ever seen in that car, because I've passed that car. Once you have a car, you notice other identical, your twin car. You notice your twins. So, you look at the driver and you size them up and you're like, you know what? That's a good representation of the people who drive this car. Okay, maybe I'm just fucking crazy. But anyways, the point being is that my sister steals my car while I'm away on this trip down the Delaware, and she gets arrested with it. So my car gets impounded and she gets arrested for there was just an either outstanding ticket or she had a warrant, whatever the reason she got arrested. So my car's in the impound, and I gotta work the next day after I get back from the trip. So my mom goes, hey, you can borrow my Prius, and it's a 2011 white Prius. Really nice car. Realistically, I'm actually driving that now, and God, holy crap, the gas prices, man. It's so nice. I don't give a fuck. You could call me whatever you want, but I'm not paying that much in gas. So how about that? So anyways, I'm using this Prius, but what was actually wrong with the Prius is that there was a factory issue with it, that the bulbs had melted. They'd fucking melted. So my mom was in the middle of dealing with that, trying to get the dealership to take responsibility or the company or whatever the fuck, trying to get them fixed. But I had to use the car regardless. I needed it. So I go to work. Everything's fine. I really don't need the lights for a while because it's midsummer, so it doesn't really get dark until 8:30 is really when it starts getting dark. And by that time, the lunch or the dinner rush had pretty much passed, so I wasn't really driving much after that, and I still had my high beams if I needed to go out. So it's 10:40 at night, and I'm coming back from work, and there's this one road leading right up to my house that's a 25, and it used to be a 35 before some dumb bitch and some dumb bus driver had gotten into an accident. The bus driver had basically hit this girl on the way to school, which is, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't know the specifics of the situation, but this bitch gets hit, so then they decide to lower the speed limit of the entire road, which is retarded. It's a very straight road. It's completely unnecessary. It was the town felt they had to do something publicly because it was kind of more or less a big story. So that was their decision, as opposed to maybe giving bus drivers better training or something, which is what I would have done, because that road is fucking not meant to be a 25. Anyways, 10:40 at night, coming home in my Prius, no big deal. You know what? No big fucking deal. But I'm going about 40 miles an hour. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I was trying to get home. You know when you're saying you work a hard day, you just want to go home. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so I'm on my way home, and I'm going right down this road, and a cop is sitting double parked on the street, and I don't really see him. I'm not paying attention, whatever. I'm either listening to music or singing or whatever, and I'm coming down the street, and I don't see the cop until right after I pass him. And so I'm going 40 miles an hour. I'm not going to slam on my brakes. I know he's going to pull me over. There's no doubt about it at this point. So what am I going to try and and make everything kind of make a scene about it? No. So I pull over to the side of the road, and another cop pulls up behind him. God knows, please tell me why you need 2 fully loaded SUVs and 2 police officers to stop a 17-year-old in a Prius. What the hell? What the fuck? But no, don't worry. I will find out. I find out very quickly why they wanted those 2 fucking cops. So they pull over right behind me. I'm in front, and each cop comes on either side of my window. So one on my driver's side, one on my passenger side, and they motion to pull down the window. So I roll down the windows, and the first thing out of their fucking mind, or out of their mouth, was, "You think it's funny to run away from the police?" And I'm like, run away from the police? Run away from the police? What the fuck? I'm in a Prius. And not to mention, the fucking police station is less than like a mile or two away from my house. And there's only like 2 roads in between that I could make a turn on. So even if I tried to run, I'm pretty sure I'd get wrecked pretty fucking hard. Okay? And then if you check my license officer, my house is literally, dude, this was the worst part. My house was literally a stone's throw away. I could have picked up a rock and thrown a rock and hit it at my fucking house. What the fuck? All right, so they pull me over. They start yelling at me for fucking, do you think it's funny to run away from the police? And I'm like, guys, I didn't run away from the police. Look at my license. I live right here. I have nowhere to run. The police station's right there. I'm in a Prius. I can't fucking outpace you. There's no way that's going to happen. Why would you think that? So, retard and fucko, they're like, they're trying to lay it down thick. So they go back to their car, whatever, and then they come back, and this is where it gets so fucking bad. All right, so I get a ticket for the light's not working because they saw I was using my high beams. So like, oh, why are you using your high beams? I'm not going to fucking lie to them at this point. They already think I ran away, so there's no point. So they got me one for high beams. I didn't have stickers on the car because it wasn't my car. I didn't have insurance because it wasn't my car, and God forbid I thought that the insurance was already in there or something. I got one for unsafe vehicle, which I think was related to the lights, but is just a fluff ticket because they want to be able to, because when you go to court, they drop a couple tickets, so they want to slam me for something. There was definitely no way that I was going to get away with all that. So they just were like, fuck it, we'll just stuff as many tickets as we can. So stickers, insurance, unsafe vehicle, no headlights, and speeding, of course. Totally forgot that. So yeah, they slammed me with 5 tickets. Fucking terrible. Right in front of my house. That's not the worst part. That really isn't the worst part. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have to tow your car. What the fuck? Tow my car? What? What do you mean tow my car? I'm literally like a fucking, so close to my house, it is aggravating. Like, I literally, I was like, are you kidding me? I straight up said that to the cop. I was like, are you kidding me? And he's like, no, your vehicle needs to be towed. It's unsafe. There's no lights. And I'm like, I live right there. You could just guide me. Like, there's no big deal. Oh my goodness. So then they hit me with that, and I get out of my car. They tow my car. I'm fuming at this point. Like, I'm literally, like, so fucking angry. It's so ridiculous. Like, you have to be such a I don't know, man. Like, that's such a fuckhead move to me. Like, I get, like, I don't know why they had to be such dicks. Really, I don't understand it. And it's not like I came out of the gate being an asshole to them. Like, they accused me of running away from them when I stopped, literally, like, no more than 30 feet after when they had turned their lights on. I'm just not going to slam on my brakes. Like, what the fuck? So they tow my car, and just to put the little cherry on top, just to basically just, like, add that extra little squirt of semen into my fucking cereal, they were like, as I was getting out of the car and walking down the street, which is like I'm already at my house, basically, they're like, oh, do you need a ride? Do I need a fucking ride? Do I need a ride? Motherfuckers. It took every fiber of my being to just not turn around, just to not be like, fuck you, and everything about you. Like, fuck you. Fuck your kids, fuck your grandkids, fuck your mom, fuck your dog. Fuck the amoebas that you touched when you fucking sat down on the toilet to take a shit. Fuck the shit that you shit out this morning. Fuck you. So, that was my restraint until I got home and I put a hole in my wall out of frustration. Then I had to fix that hole the very next day, and my hand hurt quite a bit because I hit partly a stud in the wall. So that was great. That was a fantastic day. All in all, those tickets cost me, I think they dropped like 2 or 3 of them, and I still got what the fuck was it? Like a overall was like $500-$600, and I had to pay it. It was gay. Like, it was like capital gay with the gay. You know what I'm saying? It was unbelievable. Uh, So anyways, that's enough of that story. That's the story of how I got fucking 5 tickets in a goddamn Prius. Basically because my sister and my mom and Toyota all colluded in one big meeting to just fuck me over. They said, hey, you know what we need to do? We need to make his life harder. So that's what happened. All right, let's move on to something a little bit more interesting. I thought we'd talk about some news and something I don't really want to talk about Donald Trump too much. I know that's a super polarizing topic, and I'm not going to disrespect anyone's views, whatever. But there is something I'd like to point out that I just can't help but say something about, and that's that Donald Trump wants to reduce the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency's funding by like 40%. 40%. So 40% would essentially demolish the entire fucking agency. Wouldn't do anything. And I just can't wrap my head around that. How can you, who doesn't like lead in their water? Who doesn't? I love it. I love it. It just adds the flavor. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me feel magical. But no, in reality, the EPA seems to be one of the most fundamentally important agencies that we have. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you not want to protect the place around you? This is literally our habitat. We live here. What do you, do you not understand the saying of don't shit where you eat? We live here. Can we not fuck it up? And I'm not saying we as in, everyone collectively. I mean, a lot of companies, just without the EPA, a lot of companies would just be dumping all the hazardous chemicals that they have to make any of their products straight into rivers and shit. Okay, guys, come on, can we not all agree that we want clean drinking water? How is that a polarizing or hotly debated topic at all? I don't understand how the president at all can even, make the decision to reduce an entire agency's funding by over 40%. I'm sure there is a legitimate reason, but, between checks and balances and shit, but overall, I think the EPA should definitely have some sort of, unique status in the way that its budget is proposed, because it just seems to me like such a fucking essential part of the I don't know, the government, the part of the people. That's something that is such a benevolent force overall. It's doing is literally protecting the place around us. And even if you don't believe in climate change or anything, do you not believe that if you put mercury in water, people will get poisoned or something? I don't know. Fuck me, right? Just fuck me for wanting to drink clean water. But I guess on a lighter note, there's something I would, I guess still on the topic of EPA and environmental shit, I just want to share something interesting. Hold on. There we go. That I had actually read on Reddit. And if anyone has not seen it already, you guys should check out the Chicago River on St. Patrick's Day, or the St. Patrick's Day parade. Every year they basically turn the entire Chicago River, or whatever the river's called, green, very vibrant, almost neon green. It's comedic how green it is. So I was just reading about the history of that, and apparently the reason that whole tradition started was because companies were polluting the Chicago River. And so what this one guy did was he would take green dye to mark where they were dumping and see how it would flow downward or something. So the objective was basically just to highlight, quite literally highlight the pollution problems in the river. And funnily enough is that later we end up learning that the chemicals that they put in to highlight this were far more hazardous than any of the chemicals that the companies were dumping. So I guess, double-edged sword. But nowadays they make it out of vegetables, believe it or not. So, and apparently, the dye itself is orange before it touches the water, and then it turns green. I know it's a no-brainer, but, man, some chemical reactions are crazy. It just, I don't know. Chemistry in general is a very interesting subject, but some of the things that we can do with it are just really, really fascinating. I saw this one time on, I don't know where the fuck I saw this, probably, Reddit or something. They took, this powdery or, liquid substance, whatever the fuck it was, and they just poured another one into it, and it started growing Cthulhu-like tentacles. It almost looked like foam, the foam that you seal shit with around your house. How it when it kind of leaves the gun, it expands crazily, it expands a lot. It looked like that, but it was just coming out of a it was a powder. I remember now, it was a powder and some other shit. I don't know what the fuck it was. Oh, I think when they lit it on fire. Yeah, when they lit it on fire, just like these like tentacles, and it looked like that foamy kind of like expansive growth was happening. It looked really fucking cool. Kind of demonic type shit. Like if you went back in like the 1500s and did that, like you would definitely either like be revered as god or a witch, probably a witch, and then killed, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. That shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. So maybe it's time to talk about people that have their heads so far up their asses they can smell their kidneys failing because even their body hates them so much they want to die. And one of those people is someone that I actually had seen at work. It was fucking a set of customers went up to my to the owner of like the restaurant that I work at, and they were like, the people next to us were so loud, and we're never gonna come back here. Like, and of course he handled it like super respectfully, like any fucking owner would. But like, I'm not gonna lie, if that was me, maybe this is why I can't have a leadership position. If that was me, I would have been like, good bitch, get the fuck out of here. We don't serve your ugly ass kind. Like, I would fucking roast the shit out of her in front of everyone. But I don't know. I suppose he chose the moral, mature route. But I don't know. I just don't have patience for people like that. Like, what the fuck? What do you want? What do you want me to do? Like, even if like I can feel for like your problem here, what the fuck am I gonna do about it? Go over to the table and be like, guys, could you please be a little bit quiet? The people next to you complained. You know what? I actually should do that. I fucking should do that. I would be like, listen, guys, you don't have to really calm down or anything, but just to let you know, those fuckers over there complained. They were tattletaling on you. And then, if a bar fight happens, I'd be like, listen, those people like, tripped on down the stairs or whatever. But, I people are weird. People are so fucking weird. Like, what do you want? What do you want him to do? Kick the other people out? And you could have just like asked to have been moved to a different table. Like, there are so many solutions. Don't come out. Go eat at home. What I think it was fucking on like it was like a Friday. Yeah, it was Friday when it happened. Like, what do you mean? Like, just don't fucking go out on a Friday night. Go to somewhere that's less populated. Go to a different table that's quieter. Like, there are other solutions to this. You don't have to fucking eat here. And if you're going to be a prissy little bitch, then good. We don't want your fucking service anyways. Or we don't want your patronage. Dumb cunt. Well, I don't know. I don't know. People are just crazy. How do you complain about that? You have to be so, like, selfish and fucking, like, not, the word isn't coddled, spoiled. You have to be such a spoiled brat. Like, that is definitely, that's what a kid does. That's what a little kid does. Like, they think that everything around them is theirs, and that's their area, and they deserve the best things. And if anything interrupts their idea of what's best for them and best whatever, like, they lose their fucking mind. They have to go complain. Oh, I have to go to... Right there, that dumb bitch that complained, she went to her daddy or her mommy for fucking everything. I swear to God, every time, like... I don't even know. Someone walked the wrong way in front of him. She'd be like, Daddy, I don't like the way they're walking. And he would, I don't know, either shoot them in the fucking kneecap or something. I don't know. Spoiled brat. That's all I gotta say is they're spoiled fucking people. And it's amazing that people can reach adulthood and still be that way. Terrible. Terrible, but fascinating nonetheless. And sometimes you just see people like that and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, it's amazing. And it's amazing when it happens in, like, a public environment. I guess it's a little bit different. It doesn't excuse it any further if you, like... But, I don't know. It doesn't excuse it any further if you meet someone like that in, like, private, I guess. But just for someone to have, like, the gall to do it in public, in front of other people, in front of strangers. Like, how do you have no shame? What is wrong with you? You know? Why? It's just amazing. It's like amazing how like you can look at other people and like you'll look around you and you'll like look at other people and make eye contact with them and they'll be making the same face, which is is this person fucking serious? I don't know. There's also this one girl in one of my classes. This bitch, like, same kind of concept. They remind me of two different, peas of the same pod, if you will. That she just like calls out fucking answers. Like even like the professor doesn't like her because she's just so obnoxiously loud and she wants to be like the center of attention. And it's just I don't understand how people can have like so little self-awareness about themselves. And like I'm a queer, like I'm a huge fucking faggot and I know it, I get dicked up the ass every day and you know what I'm saying? Like I can't deny it. I can't deny the truth and they shouldn't be, exempt from that either. You're an asshole and you should know it. I don't know. And you never want to be the person that is like, you're an asshole, you're a real fucking cunt. Just thought I'd let you know. And they would like, and already given that they're spoiled brats, they would exactly how they would respond, which is, can I see your manager? Type shit. I'd never say anything like as a busser like working, because that would be like insta fired. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like when you see people on the train that have their bag, or the bus that have their bag sitting in a seat, and like you're fucking standing, you're a cunt. You sir are a cunt. Just because you don't want someone to sit next to you and you have to take up public seating just because of that, you're an asshole. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Oh my god, that's just unreal to me. Alright, jumping ship on that topic. Have you guys seen those fucking Yu-Gi-Oh commercials for the Yu-Gi-Oh app? Like, number one, who the fuck plays Yu-Gi-Oh still? Like, even people that play like cards and shit, they play like Magic the Gathering or whatever. Who the fuck plays Yu-Gi-Oh anymore? I'm as far as I'm concerned, I don't even think the show's on. So, and I remember I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh when I was little and I had the cards and shit, and let me tell you, that fucking card game is either broken as fuck or like just stupid difficult, because I remember every card had like some crazy long paragraph, and sometimes it was way too descriptive, and other times it was not descriptive enough, and just the game was so stupid complicated. I don't know, maybe I'm just retarded, and that's a very big possibility, and I just didn't understand the game when I was little. But I don't know, it was a stupid game to me. But the point being is that like the commercial is so like cringy. It's so cringy. Like, first of all, you have like 6 kids at a table playing Yu-Gi-Oh. That's fine. That's totally okay. That's whatever. That's not the worst part. The part is like they're so into it. He's like, I summon Dark Dragon and I defeat your thing. Like, like they really tried to make it casual. Like okay, like you could clearly see like the team of 40-year-olds, all 8 of them in a room, being like, this is how we're gonna do it. This is how we're gonna reach out to the kids. And I don't know, like just the acting was so overzealous in such a subtle way that it was hilarious. And so, like, all right, so he wins the game. He walks away from the fucking table. And, of course, it's some guy with, like, suave hair, black hair. And he's in a leather jacket. And the leather jacket just does it for me. It just really ties up this whole thing. Just, oh, my God, like a little package. So he's walking down the street, and some fucking stalker-ass bitch is, like, following him. And, like, he gets a notification on his phone that someone wants to duel. And this bitch is just, like, looking at him like just stalking him to duel him in Yu-Gi-Oh. What do I think's gonna happen? Like, okay, are they trying to sell the idea that like if I buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards that like, or I get the app, that some like crazy like psycho bitch is gonna want to duel me on the way home from my other Yu-Gi-Oh game that I just had just had. Yeah, I think that's the grammatically correct way of saying it. Holy shit. I don't know, maybe I'm a dick, but like I hate when people like, I don't mind like ain't and shit. I don't mind like the regular like everyday grammar errors that everyone makes, but like there are certain things that just really piss me off. Like if you say like, I don't know, like some people, I know one person who says like utter instead of other, like utter as in other. Like, what? Why? You could just say it right. Like, I don't understand. Why are you like? I don't. That's like, to me, that is like the desecration of a language. I can understand the evolution of one. Like a lot of the more popular terms really aren't words, like lit and I don't know, other shit, bet, stuff like that. Like that's okay, because I feel like that's a modification to the language. Like a language is gonna evolve. As people grow and develop and mature, and new technology is just as society grows, you're gonna have the changing of a language, and I completely understand that. But when you like just blatantly disrespect it by saying some stupid shit, like I don't know what to think of that. Just lazy, just super lazy, and there's no reason to. Like, if you're gonna like say stupid shit, like, I'm trying to think of an example, but it's unnecessary. Maybe I'm just like spouting off retardedly, and I'm the one who's being too I was gonna say like too much of a stickler, but I'm too stick about this, bro. We're about 25 minutes in. I'd like to get 5 more minutes in, but to be honest, I know I'm not going to really come up with anything good. So instead, I'll fill the rest of the time with, just regular shit. So that is, like, subscribe, comment, all that gay shit. Leave comments on what you'd like me to talk about. Leave some fan mail and questions. I don't know. I'll do an advice column. Tell me how much weed you smoked this weekend. Yeah, so the basic shit. I'm going to try and get those videos out by tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I don't know. So yeah, signing off now. See you guys later.